Well, hello and welcome to an episode of Camilla I. And today is a bit different, an episode where we don't actually have a location. Well, we are somewhere in Dorset and somewhere in the Pool Basin, but it's one of those where we don't actually give away our location. And yeah, I was wondering, have any of you out there got a location that you don't share with anyone? Because if you have, we want to know in the comments below. No, sometimes you keep areas to yourself, and this is one of them, a special area, and a special hide. It's a public hide, well, of sorts, but we don't advertise it. So have you got anything like that in your repertoire? Is there somewhere you go where other people don't? Yeah. Yeah, so have you got anywhere like Camilla and I where it's just too good to share the location, and yeah, you don't want too many people turning up? So yeah, anyway, sort of sworn to secrecy amongst local photographers as to where it is, and you disguise the location on Twitter and Instagram and Vero now. So yeah, so we hide the location from the viewer. And why do we hide the location from the viewer? Well, because we get such good shots. Well, you can do. You've still got to sit for hours in the hide. And this morning, for example, we had a barn owl turn up, but that was not photographable, so that didn't fly in front of the hide. Then I had a fox come down the side of the hide. Again, couldn't get round to photograph that. But the first main visitor of the day was a Sparrow Hawk, and had a fly past of a Sparrow Hawk, which was yeah, pretty good. Sony A1 on with the 1.4 times converter, taking me to 840mm f5.6, and I got a good burst as it went past in front of the hide. Beautiful, with other sets behind. So yeah, link to that one. And then yeah, things went a bit quiet, and I had a couple of marsh harriers, distant marsh harriers, but then we had a marsh harrier that came quite close. This was about 3 hours into the vigil, and that had a little bit of food in its talons. Not quite sure what sort of food, but yeah, it had something in its talons, and that flew past. So yeah, link to that one. So as you can see, I mean, they are a couple of really rare birds, and yeah, so that's why we tend to hide this sort of hide and keep it to ourselves. So anyway, I hope you've got a hide that you hide away. And say on my last visit here a week ago, got some amazing action between two grey herons. Absolutely amazing to get a fight between two grey herons. I mean, a grey heron fight could happen anywhere, but it was just lucky that it happened to the right hand side of this hide, and yeah, an amazing fight sequence ensued. So yeah, linked to an amazing flight sequence in this hide. And then I suppose the best thing last week that flew past was my first sighting of the sea eagle, the white-tailed sea eagle, which has been released on the Isle of Wight, and I presume this was one of the releasees. And anyway, I only got a shot in the distance with some ducks and some other sets in the same frame at one point. So yeah, it was a bit like, I haven't printed it yet, but I'm hoping that it looks like a World War II comparison, the Lancaster bomber being chased by Messerschmitt's 109s, being the Avocets. So anyway, to be worked on that one. I might not have that ready for this video. Anyway, yeah, you get the idea. A superb location, and oh, I've got a kestrel hunting now. Yeah. Kestrel. At least I think it's a kestrel. Not sure what it is actually. It's a dark bird against the light sky. It's circling. It's not worried by me. That must be a kestrel. It's a friendly kestrel. Practically on top of me now. Well, lucky I got the Camo on. It's not hovering like a kestrel. God, it's well up into the sky. Not sure what it is actually. So high up now. That's incredible. Not sure what that was. Well, it's this sort of area, I must admit, what you think is a kestrel and would normally be a kestrel turns into a Sparrow Hawk. So yeah, that's what it looks like on the back of the camera to me. So yeah, the Sparrow Hawk is obviously still in the area, and it was still hunting just over these reeds over here. Amazing. So like any great location though, you still have to be lucky, unless you live here and you just sit in the same hide day after day. You will get some results. I mean, even with this hide, I usually go straight for the 600mm and a 1.4 teleconverter. The reason being, the subjects are usually pretty distant. Even though you get most birds of prey in the area, you're still going to have trouble getting a frame filling shot. They don't usually come that close to the hide because it is quite a busy hide. So for those that know. So yeah, I mean, I've even had spoonbills here as well before, when I stayed here before. Stayed down here for a week. I had actual spoonbills coming in, which again are pretty, well, they're in this area, they're in the basin, and they are around now, but there's none around now in this particular hide. So it just shows, and it just turns over what turns up. You never know. That's the beauty of wildlife photography. Even though this is an excellent location, you could come down and get absolutely nothing and just sit there and freeze all day long. But that's the wonder and the majesty of wildlife. So anyway, I'll play out with my best shots taken from this hide in the last 5 years we've been coming out. So yeah, good excuse to show some shots taken from here. Anyway, secret location. Have you got a secret location? Let me know in the comments below. Ooh. Grid coordinates, please. No, keep it to yourself. Oh God, pigeon's back. Pigeon's back. We're all right. I thought the Sparrow Hawk was shooting by again. Unbelievable. So yeah, this is our special location. You go out and get your own special location. I mean, this location is shared with about 30 or 40 other photographers, I should think. So Oh, and I forgot one. The first thing I photographed the other day when I got in the hide was the kingfisher on its favoured perch. So yeah, that's where I got a little video and a couple of snaps of a female kingfisher, 600mm wide open at f4 before the sun got up. Well, that's amazing. Just had the Sparrow Hawk come up the road. Saw me, hopped across the road, perched in a branch for 2 seconds, and then shot off up round the field. I've seen more of the Sparrow Hawk out of the hide than I've seen it in the hide so far this morning, but the best shots were taken in the hide. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching an episode of Camilla and I. Whatever you photograph in your special hide, have a good one. Bye from Camilla and I.